Welcome to HattageUnderground, everybody. This is the mighty METABaron.
VOICEtheVillain. Karl Kutta.
And we want to welcome y'all to the show. It's been a funny last couple of weeks in between the holidays and all of our
Memorial Day.
all of our villainous extracurricular activities that we plan on keeping y'all updated on. Man, so how was y'all holiday?
Oh, it was great. I went to 3 different places, ate 3 different places, got drunk 3 different places. I don't even drink. I was drunk.
I saw that you kicked somebody out of your mom's crib.
Oh, that nigga was trash. That nigga was trash, dog. He was a friend of my dad's, whatever. My dad's passed, but so I guess he thought he was a friend of my dad, so he was gonna be a friend of my mom's. My mom ain't really that type of person, so she ain't friendly. And supposedly this nigga stole some money from her.
Oh shit!
You know what I'm saying? She ain't tell me none of this because she knew how I was gonna react to some shit like that.
Of course.
So this nigga just shows up in her backyard, right? Like during a family function, and I come out there and this nigga asking me to go bring him some chicken. I'm like, nigga, I ain't bringing you no chicken. So I go back in the house, and then my mom was like, that nigga in the backyard, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah. And then she was like, okay. She went back there talking. They got into an argument, and that's when I was told about the whole money
situation.
So I'm like, get this nigga out your backyard.
Right, what he doing there?
So I kicked that nigga out.
Yeah, fucking degenerate.
What about you?
I cooked for the first half. Some barbecue on the grill and ribs, and then after that I had went go visit a few friends. Nothing really too crazy, and then we came back, met up with y'all.
That was interesting. That
was a good night.
I actually ended the night with my cohorts here. We was at my brother's house. I was actually at my brother's house from the start of the day. I went over there to put the barbecue pit together. Him and my sister-in-law actually bought a really good grill. Put it together, played with my niece, and it took me only an hour to cook everything.
Oh, word? That's what's up.
Then I went to the in-laws' house, and that was fun. I mean, we got there at the ass end, so niggas had already ate everything.
You was telling me about some Jewish niggas, some Boujee niggas.
Oh man! So I went to the METABaron has a.
Where did you go?
The METABaron was spending time with his Jewish and his Lebanese family on Sunday.
You think you better?
No.
You got your little Jewish.
He was getting his drink.
All right, you getting his
the Baron was getting his Drake on. It was pretty fun, but you know I like mixed crowds, and that's funny because the mixed crowd is gonna be the first topic of the show. So we want to call Mr. Tiger Woods to come up and stand up and talk to the people, because the racial ambiguity that Mr. Woods had been known for the last couple years has been completely and utterly decimated. I always say it.
So what really happened?
Well, what really happened was a nigga who was in denial of his niggerness got his nigga wake-up call. See, now you can call yourself whatever you want. You can call yourself Kablasian. You can call yourself Confetti. You can call yourself Kaleidoscope. Yeah. It does not matter. What matters is what good old Officer O'Malley decides to call you. And last time I checked on those motherfucking police reports, there ain't no mixed race box. Nope. So definitively on the news, they got Tiger Woods. What they said originally was the nigga was sauced up, but it was really prescription.
Right, they try to say he was drunk.
That nigga looked lost and turned out.
Shout out to the Whispers, and shout out to the villain for a legendary villainous anthem. We'll talk about that later. I actually had to give him some props on that. But Mr. Woods was shown on TV. They had his mug shot out there. They had him looking real bad and real sad. And the most definitive thing that they showed about his mugshot in the whole police report was the police, when they arrested him, categorized him as black. Not Asian, not white, not motherfucking part black, not mixed. Black. As in blickety black.
Well, I was about to say, they didn't even know who that nigga was.
Didn't matter.
Because it didn't even look like Tiger Woods.
I put it like this:
haircut.
If a Haitian,
I would have thought he's a nigga too.
If a Haitian, a Dominican, and a nigga from Baltimore were in a car and they got pulled over by the police, guess what the police are gonna put on that report? 3 blacks were in the motherfucking car.
So wait, does this mean his white card is expired?
It's been expired. His white car. His white car was expired when.
Still getting those Buick checks.
His white car was expired when his supermodel wife chased him out of the crib with a golf club. And the whole scandal. And I think
that still with them.
I think that if Tiger, I don't know. I think that Tiger would have fared better if there was like some diversity in the catalog of side bitches that he knocked off. But no, there was a Tiger knocked off an avalanche. There wasn't nothing. There wasn't nothing non-vanilla.
They can say what they want about that nigga, but that Tiger Woods golf game is fun as fuck.
Yeah.
We're gonna take it back to that.
I mean, shout out. Remember when they remember the terrible shit when they was like, I wonder if Tiger Woods is gonna bring collard greens and fried chicken to the Masters Open.
Yeah.
To the Masters.
And then he gonna have to come back to blackness or something.
No, I think that Tiger Woods works best as an agent of destruction over there, because all the while they was hating on him and calling him all these type of names, he was fucking some premier.
I just hope he don't turn O.J. Simpson, because after this type of shit,
that do feel like that's
it seems like this is the road that he's going down, because he's kind of out of the limelight.
Well, shit, O.J.'s up for parole this year, so
yeah, that don't mean nothing. He's going right back in.
The rise and fall of niggas.
He's going right back in. The rise and fall of niggas. You want to talk about the rise and fall of niggas? Monique is trying to fucking start the jihad on the whole industry.
Monique is trying to destroy everybody. Shout out to Monique. I see that she done got a little bit more meat on her bones. Like, it was kind of disingenuous to build your whole comedy career off of getting at skinny bitches and then becoming a skinny bitch.
Yeah, becoming the thing that she.
Well, I think she was
the most.
She didn't want to get diabetes. I mean, I think that's the obvious.
Hopefully, yeah, you right.
Yeah, but there's like, remember, okay, so I put it like
even
this.
Even what's that one?
Lavelle Crawford.
Even he lost weight.
He lost weight, but see, this is my thing. There's a difference between regular weight loss, especially for people, especially for ethnic people. I hate that term, but for ethnic people. So we remember how Jessica Alba was before she blew up. Yeah. And then we remember how Jessica Alba was after.
I haven't seen Jessica Alba in so long.
Damn. I wouldn't even recognize her on the street.
I probably wouldn't.
I wouldn't recognize her.
But Monique ass.
You can recognize that big face bitch.
Monique was very vocal. Monique was very vocal in her her condemnation of Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, and Oprah Winfrey.
But she told them.
What did she say about Lee Daniels?
She told them all to suck a dick. Yeah, she told them to suck a dick.
She was very vocal with the
don't nobody
fellatio.
Tell Oprah to suck a dick.
Nah, you can't do that.
No, you can. Yes, you can.
I think the secret Oprah CIA is gonna come in like.
I think Oprah might do something about this.
I mean, if they do, we all know where to look.
Yeah,
it's a catch-22. You're gonna have to make it as.
But she didn't just name Oprah. She named like 5 people. So you can't. They just be like, what about other folks, niggas?
It's telling that to Lee Daniels and/or Tyler Perry really an insult?
Not really. I mean,
they suck dick in their spare time.
I was about to say
they some cock gobblers.
I mean, that's what's purported. Allegedly.
Y'all ain't suing me.
He's gonna be like, Mr. Villain, heard you over there talking saucy about the cock goblin.
You don't want to sit down in that room with with Mr. Dwight Mann with them shades on and your whole dossier file.
Oh man, they ain't gonna fucking Tyler Perry and Lee Daniels ain't gonna do shit but come in the room and be like, yeah, so what you want? Like some old prison.
Go ahead, finish it. Go ahead, finish it.
Some old American history.
Yeah.
That shit's terrible, nigga.
I don't know. I think a dress will be involved in somebody's legs in the air.
Oh my God.
Yeah, anyway, but it's though. I mean, do y'all feel that she's justified in how she purportedly feels about being blackballed or whiteballed, as she called it?
She's justified because she won a fucking Oscar. You ain't seen that bitch do nothing since that.
What was that, for Precious?
Yeah.
Precious, yeah.
Even though Precious was kind of a
the devil's movie.
Yeah, it was a detrimental movie to black people. She still was in it and still won all them awards. Like, she should have got some looks after that. Something has happened in between that where motherfuckers don't want her around no more.
Take your ass down to the welfare.
I still ain't seen
Oh,
the whole movie.
You gotta see that.
I saw like the beginning, and I always either fall asleep or I'm going and doing something else. I
avoided that movie for a long time.
As you were supposed
Some of my niggas set me down. Was like, look, you may not like this movie, but just off of comedic appeal alone,
That's why I watched
you have to watch this movie. And I watched that movie and I laughed my ass off.
Oh, you had a good belly ripping chuckle, because I know when that bitch was running down the street eating that chicken, nigga. So Gabourey Sidibe was doing a hot 7 miles per hour cooking down the street, and not just see. The most magical part about the scene, anybody can eat a drumstick while running down the street. This bitch grabbed a thigh right after and finished the whole thigh while holding the bucket and running, nigga.
Dog. She had some of the greatest physical comedic.
I heard they threw a baby. Is that
No,
true?
she threw her. They threw a TV. Look, she had some of the greatest comedic, physical comedy moments in that movie of all time. That bitch fell down the steps holding a baby, my nigga.
I heard that. I had to go see it then. I gotta go see it just for comedy.
You remember that?
Watch it high.
Why Monique threw a TV at the bitch?
Damn. I think she'd do that in real life.
I think Monique could throw a TV at
on
somebody.
some Prodigy shit.
I think Monique is gangster
TV
enough to
at
throw
your
a
mother
TV
crazy.
at somebody.
But speaking of crazy,
Oh.
Man, look. I want to preface this by saying, anybody that has a problem with this man, whose name we're gonna break up in a second,
Who you gonna say? Who you gonna say?
I just want to say that the whole anti-black masculinity movement that seems to be very popular, y'all created LeVar Ball. Now, typically, we're predisposed to writing dudes like LeVar Ball off as loudmouth crackpots, right? But because the attack on black fatherhood, and we ain't talking about motherfucking deadbeats, we ain't talking about Pookie and Ray Ray and the niggas with minute phones and no jobs that you whores are out here letting impregnate you with 6 and 7 kids. We ain't talking about them. I'm talking about, I got feelings about this because I got about 4 or 5 friends, dudes that work, who can't see their kids because the baby mama tripping, who have to pay child support. Like, you could be a broke bitch, deadbeat mother and drop your child off at a church or a police station and you are absolved of anything.
Right.
Niggas cannot absolve themselves of paternity.
and they not be looked down upon. Like, if a nigga did some shit like that, like, I don't want this kid here, I'm about to write you my rights off. They'd be like, nigga, you a deadbeat, you a worst piece of shit, this is wrong with the black community, blah, blah, blah. Women, they just drop that shit off and they just keep it moving.
My friend, a close friend of mine was put through the motherfucking ringer. Luckily for him now, he's with his 2 children after everything that he went through, damn near a year in the clink, losing his house and his car because baby mama drama and a bunch of other shit. But I give him tremendous credit for persevering. Like, he truly does love his children. Like, nobody, like the shit that I saw this man go through 2 years, he literally left everything that he had, came back to the state with no prospects and no nothing to get his family back in order. And he suffered through that ordeal. And LeVar Ball is defending his brand and his sons because LeVar Ball realized no one else is going to do this shit.
Yep.
It don't matter what y'all have to say about him.
Kids, like, no, if they grew up and they sucked at basketball, I mean, if they was great where they at now and they ended up sucking, they would just be the same nigga that's a fucking gym coach. You know what I'm saying? At work somewhere. This nigga's built a multi-million-dollar brand before any 3 of these niggas has been into the NBA yet. All these niggas is in high school and college. So.
And I feel it's unfair for everybody to
pass up on the deal. It was like
$10 million.
Yeah, it's $10 million.
Because
we worth more than that.
Because it would have been just hush money. Like, we control everything, and here's your payout.
$10 million deal.
So
that's hard.
I feel that we have to give guys like LeVar Ball credit for not only standing his ground. It's hard. It takes a brave man to stand up to
ESPN.
It takes a brave man. No. It takes a brave man to stand up to a white woman on a mainstream media platform and hold his ground. It takes a strong dude.
I liked what he did because he said, because she was attacking him prior to that and she was kind of attacking him on the show, and he said, I'm afraid of her. And that was great to me because they're always afraid of the big black man.
Yeah, he totally
White woman.
he
You know,
turned
he turned around.
he turned the tables like a bad space game, and I have to shout out to him for that. For
He ain't even look at that bitch.
no, he ain't look. It was complete and utter disrespect.
Yeah.
Because she didn't respect. She didn't position herself to be respected. And I feel that if we can celebrate all these deadbeat ass mothers who look. I don't believe that any of y'all was out there, to quote Drake, shooting with your son at the gym. You wasn't out there practicing. The only mother I can honestly say that I've seen that's been dedicated to her son, because she knew that without sports, that nigga wasn't gonna be shit. Well, no, because LeBron James' mom fucked a teammate. I'm talking about.
This is after. That's after. That don't count.
Bro, you can't erase that. You can't.
But she did her job. She did her job.
To that point.
You gotta give her that.
Low key, she probably was fucking everybody until that point. But
We don't
matter
know
when
that.
she raised that nigga to become LeBron James.
He's a multi-million-dollar.
You want to
professional
know? You want to know what mother I place
She can do whatever the
above?
fuck she
You want to
want.
know what mother I place above her slightly, simply because there's no scandal attached? Allen Iverson's mother.
Yeah.
But her son was scandalous.
Her son was scandalous, but she made her son. Like, I put it like this: Iverson's scandalousness was just off the court shit. That, hey, we don't pay Allen Iverson off the court.
Yeah.
They pay that nigga for the NBA shit. And I mean, the nigga went to college, and then he went to the league.
Yeah.
She did her job.
She did her job.
Yeah.
She was there for all the recuperation shit. She oversaw all the niggas' physical therapy, braided the nigga up before and after the games.
That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope.
So
I never thought of her as being a soldier like that, but yeah, she was.
motherfuckers want you to celebrate, and this is no slander, but motherfuckers want you to celebrate Keisha Cole's mother while you lambast LeVar Ball out of the same mouth, and I refuse. I can't do this shit.
With LeVar Ball, I'm like, if you just don't like the shit and you think the shoe's ugly, just don't buy the shit.
Don't fucking buy the
Like,
shoes.
I have a problem with that distinctively because niggas is always talking about how loudmouthed he is and how crazy and over the top he acts. Most of y'all favorite celebrities act the same way. So just because he's a black man and he ain't did shit yet, supposedly he ain't a big deal yet, he can still do that. He's becoming a big deal. He's on ESPN. You see that nigga every day. Like, let him be.
He's promoting the brand.
Fuck
But
it.
most motherfuckers like, and that go back to what we was talking about before. It's like we don't celebrate our own. We look to
Black males.
We look to tarnish and look to tear down our own. Motherfuckers want to quit. Want to start shooting at motherfuckers they don't even know yet.
Yeah.
Half of these people that was talking about him, bad about him, they didn't even know who he was really.
It's just a loudmouth black man, not
It's
another
just
loudmouth black man.
Loudmouth black man.
Yeah.
Ain't even look his resume up.
Man, he a loudmouth black man with a family to support and a legacy to protect. But in other news about more scandal about loudmouth black men who are tarnishing legacy and destroying families, we gotta talk about T.I. and we gotta talk about Tiny. Sadly.
Shit.
Now I understand that certain shit you have to throw on TV for the sake of juiciness, for the sake of being provocative and being rating. But I'm gonna tell you all this: never, and the METABaron means never, will you catch me on tape at a motherfucking restaurant having that type of conversation with my wife. I get up and walk out and fucking demand a check before I'm sat there and verbally assaulted and having my manhood checked. And to the degree, Tip, you a rapper, bro. If anything, you can't claim King of the South on some rap shit and then not be able to defend yourself against your wife. I understand that you don't want to come out of pocket, but you was already out of pocket. You looking bad, bro. I mean, and she had you with the whole infidelity
Now, do
shit.
you think that she really didn't bone Mayweather?
We don't have no proof of it. And see,
She might be right.
And this
Because somebody was bringing that up. They was like, well, if she didn't do it, then why was she spending all that time?
well, until we get verifiable proof that Floyd Mayweather got her pregnant or she had an abortion from Floyd Mayweather.
That's hardcore evidence.
That's hardcore evidence, like getting her assistant pregnant. That's hardcore evidence.
That is.
But half of the problem is that T.I. is never around and she needed some comfort and people. But that's kind of what she.
This is what happened. See, like,
I mean, Mayweather is a lot of comfort.
Tons of comfort.
$400 million of comfort.
And it just looked bad because like when he was trying to defend himself or he was trying to excuse his actions, and it's like, fuck all that, bro. At a certain point, when you know you looking bad, fuck excuses. I ain't got no excuses. We ain't gonna talk about this.
He got tongue-tied.
Oh my God.
And that nigga wasn't the so-called proclaimed educated king.
The articulate.
He wasn't big word. He wasn't big word tip.
All that shit flew out the window.
He had enough time to think. Because it was coming at him.
Oh yeah,
like he usually has prepared.
He got exposed.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
See,
she exposed all that shit.
All he had to do is just say, "I'm not doing this right now."
Yeah. A piece of shit can never clean itself with his own hands. Fact. So don't even, like, when you put in those kind of situations, I ain't even about to go through the whole, no, we ain't talking about this right now. Not on camera. Yeah. Not something made to look like a goddamn fool.
Yeah. Now afterwards, she's gonna come out on top.
Yeah.
I think she might even get like a whole new brand
image.
Look,
image.
Women are now certain segments of the female population seem to be proud of the battle scars that they've accrued instead of the wisdom that could have helped them avoid those scars. It's like now bitches is out here showing each other war wounds as a means of a certain dominance. Bitch, you ain't had your ass beat and been in fucked up relationships like I have. My word matters more than yours does. And it's like, you can't do that.
They're embracing the suffering. Like that's just a badge of honor.
That's just as bad as feminists that want to decry women that choose to go a more traditional route. You can't slander a woman for wanting to be more traditional. What if that's all she knows? What if she's actually comfortable in her femininity? What if she values and reveres the sacrifice? Like, what if she had a father and older brothers? Like, what if her ideal image of masculinity has not been tarnished?
I think a lot of everybody talk about all this all-inclusive shit. Like, more shit should be allowed. Like, why is that not allowed? Like, why you can't be that way and why I can't be this way?
Because people are weak and weak-minded, and only a weak-minded person feels the need to convert or convince somebody of something because they feel that if I can convince this person, I'm one step closer to convincing myself. Only the evangelist belief should be questioned. Because somebody that truly believes is like, look, I'm just talking to you. You can take what I say and throw it away. And that's cool.
Because nobody is 100% good. That's the motherfuckers that I worry about.
That's the people that you should worry about.
Because I'm like, nobody is like this. Nobody's a fucking Disney movie. You know what I'm saying?
As much as they like to portray themselves. And I mean, I acknowledge my piece of shittery and I acknowledge that I'm a fucked up individual. Mm-hmm. But this is after many years of acceptance and, you know what I'm saying, eventually becoming comfortable who I am as a person. Experience is only valid if you can convert it into wisdom. And to do that, you have to look at what the shit that you've gone through and say, you know what? Maybe that wasn't what was up. Maybe I need to change how I do things so that shit doesn't happen. The dumb person goes, that shit ain't gonna happen to me, even though I'm about to do the same fucking thing over.
You gotta fuck up enough to realize.
People don't fuck up enough. You know, like, you got all kind of bougie niggas, you got all kind of fuck ups too.
You got all type of fuck ups, and we about to celebrate one of the most sincere and notable fuck ups, Mr. Joseph Button. You got some. I see that there's some contention over there in your heart.
Cause he making light skinned niggas look terrible, and he's getting to a point now where he's that angry like uncle in the door.
It's because he breaks many light skinned code. The unspoken.
He breaks a lot of light.
Okay, so Kutta and I is going to educate everybody for a brief moment on the codes and the bylaws of light skinnery. And in no particular order, there are several light-skinned commandments. Thou shalt not attack another light-skinned dude.
You cannot do that.
You're not supposed to do that. He done went after
That is
Game,
number
and he
one.
went after Drake. That's a no-no.
That's a no.
2, you ain't supposed to become emotional over no women. If you are, then that's got to be part of your consistent
but
gimmick.
anyway,
That's got to be part of your consistent gimmick.
I gotta throw a red flag on that.
Please go ahead.
I seen a lot of light skinned niggas get emotional over women.
They're not supposed to, man. That's breaking
the real light
the
skin.
that's breaking the code. It's not what's expected of them.
That's not our powers.
That's not our powers.
Our powers are to take.
And
I
then
think Drake is a stereotypical light skin.
he is.
Because he does exactly everything I expect.
That he's supposed to. And Joe is also
He's leading the charge.
Joe is also caught up in the vanity of things. Now, at least his vanity is his wisdom, which is undeniable. And in comparison to motherfucking DJ Academics, he seems very wise.
But with Joe Budden, he's taking up the mantle of the angry nigga from yesteryear. But I think we needed the angry nigga yesteryear because every generation has one angry nigga from yesteryear.
But why Joe Budden?
Because
Who
he's
else
the
is
angriest nigga alive.
the angriest nigga alive. He's the one that feels the most
But
slighted.
he's not the more. Look, I felt like speaking for our generation, I don't want that nigga as like.
You don't want him to be the car.
No, I don't want him to be the mantle that represents us. Give me somebody
I
that
think it's too
actually
late
have
now.
a. Yeah, but I don't accept that nigga as like.
But there's another one you could always accept, Star. See,
No, the Star don't count because Star is the
don't
nigga
count.
before him.
Yeah, I'm about to say
he's
Star
from
don't
the
count.
90s.
Nah, we need
early
somebody
90s.
that our
Joe Budden is from the 2000s. We need somebody that's from our generation, but Joe doing it anyway. He don't care.
Like if Method Man or Redman.
But
was
they not mad.
But they not mad. But
smoke
I
too
would
much weed.
respect. I would respect them versus Joe Budden because I feel like Joe Budden is a one-hit wonder to me. Like even when I understand his body of work with Slaughterhouse. But he hasn't really produced that same appeal.
And see, that's the conundrum of like when you become a mainstream artist, you supposed to go hard until you because once you go mainstream,
Until you die.
once you go mainstream, you always gonna be a mainstream artist. It's not like
I mean, there's been a couple people that survived after that, like Jadakiss and stuff like that. Like they're not big.
But they contributed to hits. They got presence. Yeah. We can name Jadakiss songs that we like and that we don't like.
But Joe Budden, I like Joe Budden's little rants and
I
stuff.
don't like that.
It's funny, though. It's great. It's great.
I like how he cuts up against I like how he cuts up against DJ Academics' ignorance with the tuxedo of statistics. Yeah. Like Academics talks a lot about how star power matters and weekly sales matter and radio stuff matter. But then he also celebrates all them Chicago rappers that no one knows about.
I think he might have moved on from that.
He had to.
Because that scene is kind of almost dead.
I don't know. I just feel.
But see that also. I remember an Academics video where because Academics is an avowed Drake fan. He says that he likes Drake's music and that's why he's so critical of it. But at the same time, I remember when he accused Drake of kind of being a culture vulture without realizing his whole Warren Chirac movement was something similar. And I mean, he's long since detached himself from that because it's hard to have a credible word about stats and fame and all this other shit when the dudes that you bigging up, no one knows them outside of that scene.
Right.
And then
maybe he looked at it as I'm trying to give light to a scene. Maybe he was trying to. Maybe he thought
the light.
No, he's a culture vulture.
Yeah, because the light that he was given,
everybody was all leaping to that.
The light that he was given wasn't light. Referring to people as Lucifer himself and the Baphomet and all the other shit. I don't even want to name the Chicago rappers that he was talking about because it was just ridiculous. Yeah. But he also has Stanish opinions, I guess, when it comes to specific artists. Like Hove is Grandpa Hove. He don't want to hear no Grandpa Hove stuff, but at the same time, he'll turn around and say that certain artists, if they can't grow with the times and if they can't find a way to stay relevant, then they need to be gotten out of here. And who's more relevant than Jay-Z or Tupac? Two people that really.
That's who he love. That's two niggas that he love.
He don't like Hove.
He's a fan.
And I don't understand his Tupac admiration.
I think he's just more of he's a fan that just happened to blow up. Like nigga that was actually doing shit. Like he was a DJ, you know. Then he fucking started on YouTube. He finally got some traction because of Charlamagne.
That's the one thing I will give him credit for is him actually being a DJ and a cultural contributor. Like, to me, and I still go by the old definition and the old standard of criticism. Like, in order for you to have been a valid critic or viewed as a valid critic, you have to have work within that industry. Because how else can you critique? The whole purpose of
money.
You
got money, you can critique.
But see, that's some new shit. Because the whole purpose of a critique is to offer criticism in hopes of generating an improved product.
Like
now criticism is just to tear something down.
If you do get money, you can. Nowadays, it's different rules because you got the nigga name, what's his name, Martin Shkreli. You got niggas like that come into the culture and just got a lot of money, and now they can just do whatever the fuck they want because they got money.
That's how the Oscars are made. They like, oh, they just got a lot of money. And they don't even have no noted like credit to the industry or nothing.
I at least give academics his credit because he built himself up from the bottom. He was just some Jamaican nigga that just came. Yeah, he just hustled his way into the shit. But it's just the fact that him versus the old heads is kind of funny because you got Star and you got Charlamagne and you got Joe Budden. You know, all feel a certain type of way against academic, and he's kind of, you say Joe Budden is thrust into the position of the card bearer for his generation. Academics is kind of thrust into he's looked at like this old millennial bitch. Yeah. Like this, I hate this motherfucker. Like that's how they look at him. But he ain't doing shit, but trying to, you know,
he trying to shed light. But it's just like, I just feel like certain niggas though shouldn't even be commenting on that shit.
I agree, but
just celebrate.
You gotta let them talk. I do remember, speaking of young niggas and going after old niggas, I remember when Tyler the Creator said that Boyce Watkins was a bitch, called him by his whole name. And Boyce's response was, you know, I hate that things will come like this between me and Tyler. You know, he probably didn't have a father in his life, which if anybody listens to Tyler, his father wasn't present in his life. And
you can look at his outfits and tell.
He holds a lot of resentment towards that. You know what I'm saying? His first actual work was Bastard.
Yeah.
So, and
that was a whole ass move. That was a whole ass like shot at him.
I mean,
he took a whole ass
shot at him.
I mean, they throwing mud. That's online Boujee nigga shit. You throw mud at each other. You just sling mud.
And it's funny that you bring up like the whole fact that academics has built like his whole platform by himself, because that's something that, you know what I'm saying, self-reliance is something that Boyce Watkins advocates. But I know a lot of people, myself in particular, have become mildly annoyed and kind of distressed at Boyce's adherence of he calls it motivating people. To me, that shit is shaming. Boyce is out here shaming folks with jobs to give him money to help him teach you how to not have a job. And it's backwards because it's like, you know, if these niggas all quit their jobs today, they wouldn't be able to pay you to teach them how to become financially free.
Like motivational speakers, like I kind of feel like they all told that like,
sort of. Boyce's stuff is kind of different because you see, because Boyce actually did it for himself. There's like, you know, most motivational speakers, you really don't know who they are. They just talking shit. Like, we can look at Boyce's acumen. It's not like with Umar Johnson, where Umar is very protective about where he got his PhD and his institution, like the institutions where he was educated. Boyce would tell you off top. Boyce speaks very. He speaks very. He's transparent. He speaks very candidly about his educational background and why it's important for you to go for yourself, because they're not teaching you to become rich. They're teaching you how to make somebody else rich.
Teaching you fucking white culture and how to participate in white supremacy.
Yeah, and Boyce's whole thing is, you know what I'm saying, black wealth for black people.
I saw an episode on YouTube. He was talking about trying to awake people about not buying Gucci, telling them about their business model and all that stuff. And then I was like, well, I I can see the direction that you're going with it.
I know what audience.
It's all like to end up lining your pockets.
Yeah, and I mean, like because he didn't specify. Like I understood what he was trying to say. He was saying that like if you make $150,000 a year, buy all the motherfucking Gucci you want. Right. But if you motherfucking donating plasma and you motherfucking swiping EBD cards, you don't need to be rocking no designer shit.
That's the last thing you need to
That's the last thing. You don't need no Hermes, nigga. Yeah. You don't. Right. You don't need no Balmains. You don't need no Giuseppe's. No. You don't need none of that shit.
Your ass need a bus card.
You need a bus card. You need a gig. You need something.
Yeah.
Where was that? They said that they call that hyper beast.
Yeah, the hyper. Just being a hype beast. Because it's hot. Everybody got Hermes on, and everybody's talking about it. And I gotta get these belts. I gotta get this Versace. I gotta get all this shit. And it's like, look, man. If you don't have car or health insurance, you don't need to be rocking True Religions.
I think every black person that participated at least once.
Well, yeah, but see the thing with degeneracy is it's not your past participation in degeneracy, it's your unwillingness to reform into something better.
Yeah, you gotta stop being a nigga at some point in your life, like before you get too goddamn old, because you can't live your life as an 18-year-old.
So what if we could put a number to it? What would be a cutoff for you to stop being a nigga?
For black men, 25, because everything after 25 is borrowed time.
I was about to say primarily 25 would be good.
25.
But as a man, like niggas want to continue living their life a little bit, having fun and shit.
Which we understand, but what the best way to have fun is to know that when there's no more fun to be had, you're going to be all right. Don't use fun as an escape for your responsibilities, taking care of yourself and taking care of your family. Like, if you got $180 set aside specifically for weed, for club entry and drinks, that $180 could have went towards $100,000 life insurance policy.
But niggas don't think like that. They don't think after they dead like nobody. Yeah. And then like another problem is that 25 might have to be pushed back because niggas don't have mentorship. They don't have nobody to guide them through this shit. So it's kind of more of you still figuring it out after 25.
Yeah,
like
you got a lot of lost niggas out here.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
So
a lot of lost niggas.
Would y'all say this newer, younger generation is the first generation of young niggas that was like, you know what? I don't need no mentor. I'm gonna do it myself, and I'm gonna come on stage with a diamond choker and a blouse, and
the power of the internet.
I ain't a rapper. I'm a rock star. All my friends are dead.
Has got it out of control.
Push me to the head.
Like the access to behind closed doors and these taboo things that we avoided in our generation. It's like the internet has just unveiled all that garbage. You know what I mean? So now it's speaking out in the music, and it's speaking out into how they dress and how they talk, and whatever retarded shit I just saw some shit. They got a fucking diamond choker for niggas.
Yeah.
For niggas. Like a dog.
Like a dog, but it's got diamonds on it, and they in Cali wearing it.
So, Villain and Cutter, I'm gonna ask y'all if you could forecast 10 years from now, because 10 years in rap is 25 years in any other genre.
It's a generation.
Yeah, so what will the effect be of Lil Uzi Vert, Yachty, 21 Savage, Playboy Cardi, and all these other young dudes? What is going to be the footprint or the landmark that they leave 10 years from now? What influence do you see?
Well, first they're gonna be looked at as like their generations, Biggie and Tupac and all of them. That's kind of the sad reality of that. But like Young Thug is probably gonna be this generation.
Oh yeah, how could I have left out Thugger?
Yeah, they're gonna be the top ones of their generation. But they're already wearing dresses and the female clothes, and
Thugger was on stage with the $20,000 purse.
Yeah, and I'm like, go ahead and do what y'all gotta do, but y'all leaving a stain, so shit. Who knows? It might 10 years from now, I might be the openly gay rapper. Might be the best.
No, I ain't
the
gonna
best rapper.
Openly gay. No, that ain't gonna happen.
It's gonna be a male version of
we getting the openly gay rapper whose first album is gonna go diamond in 5 years, not 10. In 10 years, we're gonna have the first big transsexual rapper.
Oh my God.
I think
we're gonna have the first gender fluid rap group.
Okay. I mean, who knows?
I think that's gonna happen. A lot of you're gonna see a lot of LGB, TQA, S albums being put out. More diss records. We might even see
a diss record, dick record.
We might We might even see the first ever LGBT
T beef.
Wait, T beef, or we might even get to see our first I want to say we might see a LGBT rap label.
Oh yeah, I can believe it. I mean, if it was up to me,
I think that's gonna happen.
I'd actually start a rap group and call them.
I called it first.
I want to battle. Kutta called it first. I want to form a rap group, a rap group of 5 cold battle rappers, but they got to be LGBTQA, so I can call them the Fairy Godfathers, and they gonna be vicious.
Straight out of jail.
You heard it first.
It's happening. I think we're getting closer. We're getting closer.
I can't really hate on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not gonna listen to it.
You know what's funny? Like every time, all of the Huffington Post and all of the other non-rap affiliates, anytime an LGBTQA artist does something within the spirit of hip hop, anytime they do something within the spirit of hip hop, it's always like hyper promoted. And I end up listening to it just to see if it's actually good. And a lot of the times, man, look, I'm not calling you whack because you're gay. I'm calling you whack because you motherfucking whack. Like Frank Ocean, whom I'm actually a fan of. Frank Ocean is sweet. You know why Frank Ocean is sweet? Because the music comes before his orientation.
Gayness.
You know what I'm saying? It's like any other person who wants to be known, who wants their identity to be known for their artistic merit or what they have to say as a person. Not, well, you know what I'm saying, I want to be identified by what I like to put in my mouth. Like that's not a good identification.
You know who I don't like, where their identity comes before their music, they keep pushing it in your face? Logic. Like, I don't give a fuck that you're half white, half black.
Yeah, I'm tired of that.
Like, okay, just give me the music. Don't push your the light skin half white, half black struggle. I don't know what I am. I'm a mixed child. I get it. Okay,
we get it, bro.
Now let's
from
move
shitty
on.
Baltimore.
I think that's the machine's work, though.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's the machine.
That might be his work because he's always talking about it. He's every interview.
I mean, he's
coached.
I mean, he's
coached.
He's coached. I think he's a product of the machine. I think and
shit selling.
It works,
but it's stupid.
But it's also to prop up all of those other mixed kids. Like, remember, a lot of these artists are put out as the honeypots for other people to see and be like, I could do that too. Yeah. That's why, like, the whole emphasis on thug nigga culture is very big now, because now rap is a fly catch and a honeypot to niggas who have no discernible talent anywhere else. Well, I guess I could incriminate myself over a beat.
Yeah. Yeah.
And speaking of incrimination over a beat, is anyone here surprised that Papoose is now lining up with MMG?
No, because he broke. Let's start there. Because he broke. Let's go there.
Oh, that was.
I have no choice but to agree, because Papoose
wasn't expecting that.
Papoose was among the contingent of rappers that was fuck mainstream anything related to reality TV is trash.
Till you down to
them ribs is touching.
Niggas start turning real.
But you know what?
The deals start looking real good.
When I first seen
I love it.
When I first seen the whole MMG thing, I was like, okay, that's a terrible fit, because Papoose does not like them niggas at all. Like,
no.
why is he? But I was like, this is kind of a good fit, because all of them niggas are kind of the identity-less niggas in that crew. You got Rick Ross at the head, and all the rest of these niggas is basic creative players.
But you want to know what I can say? People get on MMG because of Ross is the head. What I will give MMG credit for is, man, it's not many niggas that stick by their artists like Ross does, through good or bad.
That's because they default creative players.
I mean, but he do
defend.
Like he don't have to stick up for them.
But that's his company, and he was like, you know what? I gave like whatever little personality that these niggas have, because none of them have like amazing personality.
I kind of like Wale.
Wale has the blandest personality out of all them niggas.
Compared to Meek Mill, which I can't stand.
That nigga Wale is a washcloth.
I wish that you could combine Meek's energy with, I guess, Wale's lyricism. You'd have a complete artist.
The only nigga on that artist that has an extreme personality is that, what's that nigga, Gunplay.
Look, I hated on Gunplay for a minute, and then I fucks with Gunplay. Gunplay done had a couple verses where I was like, all right.
Even Stalin, or whatever that nigga name is, he ain't no personality either.
Yeah, he ain't nothing but Baby Gang.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't know. I Pat Poose a whole ass nigga for that, because like,
I mean, he gonna get access to some better beats.
But for
then he can't complain about anything.
He's garbage. I feel like Pat Poose, no matter what label he gets signed to, or any advancements he get to, he will not have that kind of appeal. It would just be a bunch of garbage on a cold beat.
You know what I think?
Oh, you mean like the Mask Off remix?
Yes.
Let's not talk about that. Look. Pat Poose.
Wait.
Look.
Whoa. You cannot.
Let's not.
Just stop it like
Let's
that.
not talk about that. I'm sick of that fucking verse. I hate that verse.
It was garbage.
I hate that verse.
It was garbage.
I just don't want to slander Kendrick anymore.
I know I'm gonna slander Kendrick because I'm slander Kendrick. No, I'm gonna slander Kendrick because I feel like Kendrick, they put him on such a fucking pedestal, and they put these titles on Kendrick, and when he has a chance to display his awesomeness, he fumbles every fucking time.
But it's just, I think it's because the level of competition that he's going against, it doesn't merit having to go extremely hard all the time. Because you're going against Drake, Big Sean, and J. Cole. Like, you're obviously the best nigga out of that group. So why do you have, like, he's thinking like, why do I have to go 100% at all times?
Because they gave you the crown. You don't call yourself Tupac and not put up 100%.
You can't fight a ghost. Like, he's chasing a ghost.
But he chose to chase that ghost. And this is before he became mainstream. He started talking that I'm Compton's next blood sacrifice, and I'm the new Machiavelli reborn, and even down to the whole mythological Tupac came to visit me in a dream and told me that I was the... See, I found it funny that niggas laughed at Iggy Azalea when she said that I had a poster of Tupac on my wall, and I was in love with Tupac as a little girl, and I actually wanted to become a rapper because nobody that I knew listened to rap, so it was my own thing. Bitch, that story don't sound real. Kendrick, on the other hand, Tupac came and visited me when I was a little kid, a dream, and he told me that I was gonna hold down rap, and they almost cried hearing that shit, nigga.
That was the most gayest shit I ever heard from Kendrick. And that's from a West Coast nigga saying this.
Yeah. You know what, man?
I'm surprised ain't no West Coast nigga ever check him about this.
You can't.
No, you can't, because he the only nigga they got left.
You can't check Kendrick because
he the main nigga they
Snoop
got.
should have said something.
What Snoop gonna say? He ain't like Tupac either.
Snoop saying a lot of shit when niggas be doing fucked up shit. He got a whole show.
Not the West, not Kendrick though. You can't talk about Kendrick is the holy grail right now out of the West Coast. And I just, man. You know what? I think my standards have been lowered in this generation, because if Kendrick is number one, we got and then everybody else is, top tier too, but they're just not as lyrical as him. I just can't, what am I supposed to do? I call him out on it, but what's the point of me calling him out?
You're supposed to listen to Drake and Tory Lanez, who are his classmates. But oddly enough, Drake and Tory Lanez squashed their beef on some bougie light skinned nigga shit.
I grew up
they
with
put their
tougher
differences
critics
aside.
and tougher. I guess at this point I am turned to that old nigga.
Yeah, we are old. We are that
it's
nigga.
like,
but you can't do that.
I grew up with a tougher crowd, and then when a nigga holds comparison to the nigga that I grew up with, I have to go at you.
But you can't do that because
don't compare yourself to
But no,
Tupac.
I'm just saying you fighting a losing battle because nobody else is coming. Who? Okay, if you say, okay, Kendrick, why aren't you better than this? You be like, well, who's better than me? What you gonna say?
Mainstream
Are you
or
saying
Mainstream.
I can say Drake could contest that nigga, Ghostwriter and all.
Drake, but then if you be like, okay, Drake, why you ain't making harder music? We need better verses. Where are these struggle bars? And then you gonna be like, then he's gonna be like, or who's better than me? And then who you got to say?
You could say Drake or Big Sean. I think Big Sean.
And then, okay, you can go to Big Sean and be like, okay, Big Sean, you're not as good as the niggas that came before you. You got a lot of struggle bars too. And then he's gonna look at you and be like, well, who's better than me? Like, it's just like nobody is over any of these niggas.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of.
That's because niggas is passive aggressive.
It reminds me of the whole "there will never be another cold white MC" shit when Eminem was at his hype. And that was completely disrespectful to R.A. the Rugged Man, to Brother Ali, to a slew of white MCs. That was cold. Yeah. That was real cold. And people did the motherfucker Jedi mind trick to themselves and was like, Eminem's the only white MC.
Yeah, he's not the only white MC. But when you brought up the whole like, you had better competition and niggas were tougher, the critics were tougher back in the day. And nowadays...
Niggas need their opinions validated, it seems like.
Yeah, and nowadays, like, they know that shit too, I think, in their hearts of hearts. That's why they squash the beef. Like Drake and fucking Tory Lanez, like you said earlier, everybody's coming together because they like, together we're stronger because alone we're not that good.
Bullshit.
Jesus Christ.
Can't bear bullshit.
I'm just saying, dog. Sometimes it just makes for better music when niggas are at odds against each other. I think that the whole like...
I believe if niggas have the fortitude to withstand the pressure.
That was just about to say. If niggas can take the fucking punishment versus niggas just like, a nigga got at me, but I'm alright with it.
I don't believe no nigga capable of deleting a tweet is hard. Period.
Yeah. You know, I think when it starts,
that's what I'm saying. That's what we come to. Niggas not even.
Any nigga
2017.
Any nigga that will destroy his own motherfucking words. Like, first of all, you know, when you go in to put in them 140 something characters, you know that the whole world is gonna see it. You chose the name. You had to log in to do it. Yeah. Why the fuck would you delete it after the fact?
That's a Meek Mill.
Tupac wouldn't have deleted no tweets. Biggie wouldn't have deleted no tweets. Biggie wouldn't even fucking tweet it.
Yeah, he would be Jay-Z. Jay-Z don't tweet.
He wouldn't even tweet it. But I'm not even a big Tupac fan, but I appreciate that he came at it. You know what I mean? Even though I'm not a Tupac fan, I appreciated that he came at it.
There's aspects of Tupac that you can't deny.
Yeah.
That it was just some real nigga shit.
That was some real nigga shit. And I think that's what we missing. Real nigga shit.
Well,
2017.
You know. Real nigga shit. Apparently, well, we got some real nigga shit. Apparently, Cool G Rap is putting out his first. He putting out a studio album for the first time in a few years.
Are you serious?
That nigga like 50 years old.
I'm very serious, but I mean,
that's like got your uncle at the barbecue.
I fuck with Giacana, and
he trying to show you his mixtape.
I mean, I hate.
Disrespect.
I mean, he right. I hate that it has to be.
How do you talk about niggas from that generation and then you go, this nigga old as shit? What he doing with his old ass?
Like I said, rap music, hip hop is obsessed with death culture, and it doesn't prize or value age or wisdom because the two quote unquote quintessential artists of the genre were dead at 25 or before. How can you appreciate a 50-year-old legend rapping when y'all still forcing niggas to chase the ghosts of boys? Like, I don't mean no disrespect to Tupac or Biggie, but like as a 30-something-year-old man, how do you feel about a 24-year-old telling you what to do?
Man, it ain't gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen, right? Just the 6 to 8 years that you have on this nigga and life experience is just like, shut your young ass up.
But I literally can't tell me nothing.
But I think at that time everybody else was 25 too, though. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a 25-year-old leader and you 21, that's cool.
But
just like with Lil Yachty,
it should have never been capped there. Like the whole reason that I suspect that people don't respect their elders in hip hop is because you can be made fun of because of your age. Yeah. It's the only genre where that happens. You couldn't disrespect the Rolling Stones, and you couldn't disrespect Aerosmith.
I agree, but you have to realize that the culture was only 20 years old.
Culture's 40.
No, I'm talking about back then when Tupac died. It was 20 years old.
I mean, but it's 40 something now.
Yeah, and now this is the only time in hip hop where it's been like 3 or 4 generations alive at the same time within hip hop. And
it's funny that G-Rap is
so it's a lot of problems within it.
It's funny that G-Rap is so disrespected because everybody says that they wanted to rhyme like Rakim. But they wasn't willing to put in the work of 3 and 4 and 5 syllable words to rhyme like Rakim did. Also, and then everybody wanted to be like Big Daddy Kane, but niggas weren't willing to dress and keep themselves in shape and motherfucking dance like Kane was. Kane was one of those niggas like, look, it don't matter if you think dancing is corny. I can dance, nigga, and I can out rap you, and I'm gonna dress better than you. And I probably pull your hoes.
And I'm black as shit.
G-Rap is the 1D Prince of Darkness.
You gotta throw that in there.
G-Rap is the one guy I feel who everybody is using and utilizing the stuff that G-Rap helped to bring into the game, but he doesn't get credit for it. Like
I think because it's easier to be G-Rap than to be Big Daddy Kane or to be Rakim.
I mean, it's fucked up because G-Rap and Kane ran in the Juice Crew together.
They did. Some people say G-Rap is better than Kane, but I'm saying it's easier to be G-Rap because he doesn't have any of the theatrics and other shit that Rakim and Kane have.
I think that's what made him hard. He didn't have all the glitter and glam. Like, I mean,
you get some people that give G-Rap his props. Hov gives G-Rap his props. When he said that hearing me rap is like hearing G-Rap in his prime, like for a lot of the guys, like the generation like our generation, the guys that we consider the GOATs in the golden age for us was the 90s. G-Rap pretty much authenticated gangster rap for the East Coast. The mafioso tales, the level of his descriptions of violence. Also, he is the one that patterned and patented that fucking multi-syllabic flow.
He was the first gangster rapper.
Yeah, I was about to say he's legit. And you can legit like gangster.
And you can hear G-Rap and damn near everybody from New York.
From New York, he like I said, it takes a lot to rap like Rakim, and most niggas ain't talented enough to rap like Rakim.
Or talented enough to rap like Big Daddy Kane. Because Big Daddy Kane had the syllable flips and the triple time.
I don't think niggas had that kind of stage presence either.
Yeah, because when you see Big Daddy Kane, you be like, oh shit, that's Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah, I was just about to say the flash, the swag, all that shit.
Because them niggas got auras. Yeah. But with like Big Daddy, with like Cool G Rap, he doesn't give like too many interviews and shit like that. And we had a funny kind of conversation earlier. You were talking about why G Rap doesn't talk that much and stuff like
the lisp.
The what?
The lisp. The lisp is iconic though. You listen to Live and Let Die, the lisp is everywhere on there, but that nigga was spitting. So, like, for the time, like, I can only imagine what it was like to have been fucking, all them niggas in 96 was like 24, 25, right?
24.
So to be motherfucking 14 and 15-year-old Jay-Z and popping in that Live and Let Die tape and what nobody in New York rapping like that. Yeah. Like everybody, like the technical level, Kane and Rakim, yeah, but the gritty street shit, wasn't nobody rapping like that. Wasn't nobody telling stories like that. Like even like a lot of Slick Rick stories, they come as like there's some humor, but it's also the fucked up cautionary tale. Slick Rick literally described the nigga getting raped in prison in the moment I feared. Yeah. And he made it a funny song.
Funny.
But it was funny.
Jokes. Yeah. Coogee rapping wasn't no joke.
No, it wasn't no jokes.
I was about to say it wasn't no gift rapping with Coogee.
But even with the lisp, even with niggas with speech impediments, nowadays nobody gives a fuck about that. So like Lil Yachty can get up there with his horrible ass voice and start talking all kind of shit, and everybody all into
voice, bro.
He got nailed. He sound like a baby Lil Gucci. Like if Lil Gucci was 5 years old.
Shout out to my nigga Guwap. I think he created all them little whack niggas. Guwap is the goat father of this generation.
He's
the goat for the
trap. He's Master
shit.
P of this generation.
Yeah, he's the goat
Master
for
P
that
kept pushing out all them whack niggas.
Y'all got anything else that y'all want to cover?
I think we got it all out.
Ended on Guwap.
We're gonna end it on some Gucci shit to cap off the whole theme of sad and Boujee. That was this show. As always, we want to thank everybody for coming out and giving a listen to us. Please like, share, and subscribe, and click that little white button next to the subscribe so you can be updated anytime Hattage Underground drops a new video. And until next time, this has been the mighty, mighty METABaron,
Voice the Villain,
Karl Kutta,
and we are out. Peace.